Hello traders. I want to talk through this trade that I took in a stock called Momo today. Now, this one had been on my radar for a couple of days because it's been absolutely strong out of the gate. This is a daily chart here, and I'm interested to see this part here. Just a very, very strong run. It's got a large short float on it. It's a very low float stock as well, so there's not much volume going through. There's a lot of volume going through, not many shares around, should I say. And if you look at this pattern, we blasted up, we consolidated, we blasted up a second time, we consolidated, we gapped up, failed a little bit, but we hadn't really encroached back into this large move area whatsoever. We were still flagging at highs. So coming into today, I thought, you know what, we've had pretty much 2 days of consolidation now, and we've really only pulled back $1 from what was a $5 move. This is a strong chart, and there's a lot of things that are on my side. I've got the short float, a lot of people covering the short. We are close to all-time highs as well. In fact, we'd broken through them. Let's put on a monthly chart, actually, that'd be easier. We've broken through them. So we're ready to go. Everything is lined up and ready to go. So this morning, let's zoom in on a 5-minute chart in the morning to see what's happened. So this morning opened up and we rallied pretty. We rallied pretty aggressively off the open. Now, it was a very clear tape to me at that point, and I bought this at 1993, 1995, 1991, 1990, that sort of area there. So as we started to push up, in fact, we've gone to 1 minute as well, we can get a bit of a closer view on that. As we started to push up, the tape just looked strong, and as we know, with the strong tape, you get the rush up, the hold, the rush up, the hold, bids moving up. It doesn't matter if you're trading the futures, doesn't matter if you're trading stocks, whatever. It's the same pattern. It's the urgency, it's the movement, it's the bid stepping up, big bid stepping up. 50k share block was stepping up at one point. It's holding. When it gets filled, it's not dropping much. Someone else is stepping in again. It's just that general strength. So, nice place to go long. Just before the 20 as well, looking for a break of that 20, the added momentum. You've already got some force to the trade. You've got the added momentum coming through and the break of that $20 level. And it was a good tape read. There was no doubt about it. It broke through. It was clean. There was a good, couple of minute move after that, which was a 30 cent profit. And that wasn't what I was in the trade for. I was in for a slightly longer term trade. I was in for a bit more of a swing trade. I wanted to see this thing. Oh, it's reset itself. I wanted to see this thing move on for a couple of days. That's my trade idea. That's my trade plan. So I held on to the position. I'm not going to close it. The idea being with this strategy is that I'm using the tape to time my entry, but I'm looking at it as a longer term thesis to hold it for a swing trade. So tape reads perfect off the open, we push up, but we start to fail, we start to roll over, it starts to run out of momentum. And of course, if you're scalping at that point, as soon as you see that momentum die, you cover the position. That's the point. You're into the rush, you're going to cover it straight away. We roll back over. I thought we'd pull back a bit, to be honest. There's no reason why we wouldn't. It was such a extended strong move. I was expecting a bit of a flag and then a continuation, but we came all the way back down here. But it was fine because it was within my trading plan, and you can see I had my stop. That's my alert set was just under that yesterday's low, but with a bit of wiggle room. That was the theory of the trade. So it's okay. And actually, as we start to push down to the lows, and what I started to see as holding at those lows, and this really was the telling part. This is the telling part of the chart. When we get this weakness, which is not nice to see, but okay, it's fine. It's part of the trade plan. It hasn't stopped me out yet. That's okay. When you see this drive up and then a real failure to retest, normally if you've had that sort of V-shaped reversal, a push, you're going to get a retest and it's going to do some work under that low. The fact that it didn't at that point really gave me a lot of confidence that this was now going to break out to new highs. And I was very tempted at that point to add some more to the position, but to be honest with you, I'd already taken the risk that I wanted. It's not something I trade regularly, so happy just to sit with the position as I was and be comfortable that the tape now looked good. Anyway, I set up some alerts and we started to break that high, and it's just it was a really lovely pattern to watch, to drive through highs, consolidate another leg, consolidate, and we just kept consolidating, and every dip was bought, and that's just such a bullish sign on a slightly longer time frame. If we dip down here, but then we're bought straight back up again, and we kept pushing to highs. Then we broke through that all-time high there. And we just consolidated, and we've closed at new highs almost at 21. So it looks like a really good setup for another leg. So I'm hoping that we're going to get another leg on. I've taken some out at a dollar profit from that 1992 I think was my average. So I took some out at about $1. So I've scaled some, but I'm looking for a bit of a further extension. But it's just interesting to see that the tape is playing out, whatever you're trading, and whatever time frame. We're just looking at how different time frames of tape can work, whether you're looking at the time when sales moving quickly to execute your entry, or whether you're looking at the longer term picture to see how price responds to certain key levels. So great example of that. Printed that off and stuck it in the file.